Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
New video just into the newsroom giving us a closer look at an officer-involved shooting at a car wash in New Haven. The Connecticut Office of the Inspector General releasing the video from witnesses and body camera from officers about an hour ago. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Piorlo. The video shows the moments leading up to when officers shot and killed a 36-year-old man in West Haven last Thursday. New tonight, the beginning of another week and another school threat. We're going to talk about that later on. This one in New Britain, no one was hurt, but it had people panicked.
Right now, police are trying to track down who made the threat as school officials reset for another day.
Fox 61's Matt Karen is at Vance Elementary School to bring us inside the chaos of the moment. Matt.
It's the message no parent wants to get, that there's been a threat at your child's school. I could see the panicked and uncertain look on parents' faces as they spent hours not knowing if their child was okay, now hugging them a little tighter.
Oh my God, I hope these kids is all right.
11 a.m., Vance School, New Britain, chaos.
We got a message and we just dropped everything and came running to the school.
And confusion.
It's like a feeling where your heart's gonna come out of your chest.
Police ran to surround the elementary school, guns drawn.
I am shaken.
Following a threatening phone call to the main office.
The call was specific, threatening to say that there was an armed person within the building.
Parents quickly catching word of the incident and descended on the school, still not knowing if their children and grandchildren were safe.
Texas, Columbine, all these schools shouldn't be happening. This is crazy for all our kids to have to go through this.
New Britain police,
everything's good inside, okay?
Did their best to calm the crowds.
We're all moms and dads too, so I understand.
Eventually getting word there was no active threat and no one was hurt.
I can breathe again.
Creating lines for kids to be dismissed early, one by one.
Is everything okay? What happened?
Families reunited again.
We were having a big walk down and that was so scary. But some just told us to stay in the corner, and then the police talked to us and said, "Is everybody okay?" And we said yes.
What do you want to say to Mom?
That I love her.
From social media threats to swatting incidents like this, parents tell Fox 61 it's a world they don't recognize.
Completely. I never imagined this would be a reality for my first grader.
Not being able to get to your child in time, knowing that they're in there crying and screaming.
Empty threats meant only to divide and disrupt.
Schools are supposed to be a place to learn. Schools are supposed to be a place where children are happy.
New Britain police say they'll be launching a full-scale investigation to determine who made that phone call. Meanwhile, school officials say classes will resume normally on Tuesday, but with an increased police presence and more mental health counselors. Reporting in New Britain, Matt Karen, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
So sad these kids are dealing with this. Matt, thank you. New video just into the newsroom is giving us a closer look at an officer-involved shooting at a car wash in New Haven. The Connecticut Office of the Inspector General released video from witnesses and body camera from officers about 1 hour ago. The video shows the moments leading up to an officer shot and killed a 36-year-old man in West Haven. This happened last Thursday. That man has been identified as Jabril Conley, who police say had outstanding federal warrants for robbery and firearm charges. They say the New Haven Police Department Violent Crime Task Force was looking for Conley, who had multiple run-ins with police. Around 5 p.m. last Thursday, they learned Conley was driving a black Hyundai Tucson and parked at Splash Car Wash on Boston Post Road in West Haven. When officers arrived, they tried to block Conley from escaping, but that's when they say he entered the car and appeared to fire a gun from the front driver's side window. Take a look at the body camera video showing those tense moments. Now, this is from the Office of Inspector General report within the last hour, and you can see A gun pointing out of the window. You're about to see it. There it is. The report says 3 task force officers fired at Conley, who was hit by several rounds and then fell out of the car onto the parking lot in that car wash area. Conley was taken to the hospital where he later died from his injuries. Officers recovered a handgun, we're told, with a high-capacity magazine from the area where Conley fell out of the vehicle. Police believe the handgun jammed after firing that first round. The incident remains under investigation by both the Connecticut State Police and the Office of the Inspector General. We will continue following this story for you both on air and online, so stay with Fox 61, fox61.com, and our Fox 61 Plus app. We also have a link to the full body camera video on our website, fox61.com.
It was back to school for the hundreds of kids who had classes disrupted Friday due to threats made against their schools. Bristol, Torrington, and Bridgeport public schools had additional security on hand as they welcomed students back. In all 3 cases, threats were made through social media. Police investigated. They found none were credible, and students and staff were never in danger. Officials are asking parents to monitor what their kids are doing online. And new tonight, a former AAU girls basketball coach has been found guilty of sexual assault. Danny Lawhorn was charged with assaulting an underage player back in 2021. As a coach for the Bria Holmes Elite League, Lawson offered to be the host family for a 17-year-old, the victim, allowing her to stay in his home while she played basketball in the hopes of getting recruited with a scholarship. Sentencing is set for November 14th. And 2 men face charges in connection to a street takeover in Stratford. Police say Sean Puglia and Riley Lewis were involved in a takeover on I-95 southbound Saturday. According to police, Puglia was driving a truck alongside several motorcycles, engaging in wheelies and other stunts. Lewis was allegedly in the truck's bed recording video of the event. The 2 were stopped in Mamaroneck, New York, and later turned themselves in to Connecticut State Police. Both are due in court next month.
Switching gears to the weather now. A pretty cool start to the week, but will it last?
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now. Rachel, what about it?
Yeah, looking at the week ahead, fall is absolutely here. We also don't see as much sun as we had last couple of weeks or so. And we even have some much needed rain in the forecast for later this week. We have a little bit on the map right now in Fairfield County, 1 batch exiting. There might be a couple additional showers for lower Fairfield County, but the majority of this rain is going to end up missing us here in Connecticut, with a lot of this moisture kind of diving to the south and west. Right now, we're looking at temperatures that are in the 60s across the state, and yes, feeling like fall for the first week of fall. As we head through the evening tonight, by the news at 11, temperatures are falling back into the 50s, and by daybreak, numbers will start right around the 50-degree mark. Here's a look at those numbers: near 50 for Waterbury, 55 in New Haven, and low 50s in Chester to start off the day tomorrow. There might be some sun out there, but I think we see more clouds as the day progresses, with highs in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees. There is a chance for an isolated shower or 2 on Wednesday, but a better chance for more numerous showers, and those showers that we need for Thursday. We'll get a closer look. Full forecast coming up.
Rachel, thank you. Now to an update on the largest seizure of fake pills the state of Connecticut has ever seen.
The U.S. Attorney's Office says the alleged leader of the operation has been arrested, along with 6 others. Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc has the latest.
We can confidently say this is the largest seizure of counterfeit pills.
United States Attorney Vanessa Roberts Avery standing alongside federal partners to announce arrests in Connecticut's largest fake pill drug bust.
One of the pill presses seized was capable of producing 100,000 pills per hour.
A federal grand jury returning an indictment charging 7 people in connection to the operation, including these alleged co-conspirators, with 45-year-old Keldon Hinton of New Haven as the alleged ringleader. The details uncovered in June of 2023, when law enforcement was informed of a counterfeit pill manufacturing and trafficking operation allegedly taking place in this rented East Haven garage on Tyler Street Extension. Our Fox 61 cameras capturing the collection of these drugs earlier this month as DEA agents found what we now know was more than 1 million counterfeit pills.
Investigators determined that Hinton, with the assistance of his co-conspirators, was purchasing protonitazine, dimethylpentylone, xylazine, and other substances, as well as pill press parts from China and elsewhere.
One of those substances, Avery says, is 3 times more potent than fentanyl.
He would have those delivered to a number of co-conspirators who would catch the packages, for lack of a better term, and bring them to his lab, where then he would manufacture the pills using the pill press.
Then U.S. Attorney Lauren Clark says his helpers would either pick them up or the pills would be sold on the dark web, delivered here in Connecticut and across the country through the U.S. Postal Service. Avery says more charges could be brought with the pills potentially connected to a recent overdose death.
Pills recovered from the scene appear to match those produced by the Hinton organization.
A warning from the DEA about pills like these seen everywhere on the streets.
Close to 8 out of 10 pills on the street that are fake contain a lethal dosage, which means your first and only decision may very well be your last decision.
If found guilty, Hinton could face anywhere from 10 years to life in prison. As for his alleged co-conspirators, they could be facing a maximum of 20 years in prison. We are in New Haven. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Julia, thank you. An update now. Police have identified the man killed in a motorcycle crash in Groton Friday night. 55-year-old Raymond Nix of Groton was riding up Oquinock Road when he crashed. Police say he was taken to the hospital where he later died of his injuries. No other vehicles were involved. Anyone with information on this crash is asked to call the Groton Police Department.
In Hartford, police are investigating a hit and run that left one person hurt. Police say a person was hit on Weathersfield Avenue yesterday. The victim told police they were on the sidewalk when a vehicle hit them. They were taken to the hospital for treatment. Police say the driver left the scene and the crash remains under investigation tonight.